now Wonder Woman's golden lasso of truth.
Money can very easily buy you love. Lots of it.
Let's face it, it's weird that I'm a dune buggy that, talks.
And speaking of weird, I'm a shark that walked on its tail fin.
Yeah, I have a tongue. I'm a car that can lick things.
And I'm a drummer in a band. Plus, I say all the time.
Cartoon Network is the best place for cartoons like us, because we're not considered weird here.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Cartoon Network, the best place for cartoons.
Starting April 26th, Cartoon Network presents the first ever cartoon event you'll watch with your nose. It's Smelly Telly on Cartoon Network. Now, Cow and Chicken are even gonna smell funny. Just pick up a free Smelly Telly scratch and sniff card, then catch a whiff of some brand new episodes of Cow and Chicken on Cartoon Network.
Smelly Telly!
Stop by your nearest Warner Brothers studio store to get your free card.
Smelly Telly!
The reviews are in. Critics call the Powerpuff Girls
Spectacular! An action-packed cartoon that's awesome, stingy, funny!
the LA Weekly raves.
Perfect!
And the New York Times calls it
Appealingly eclectic and sardonically hip.
USA Today says the Powerpuff Girls
Could appeal to cartoon fans of Asian.
The Powerpuff Girls, Wednesdays at 8 on Cartoon
Network.
Now, back to the action.
And now, another behind-the-scenes look at Scooby-Doo.
Sure, at first we were thinking, okay, a dog with an Adam's apple, a little strange. But we got used to it. So when he started talking, it really wasn't a big deal for us.
But despite his special gift, Scooby did have his shortcomings.
I don't think I've ever seen an animal get as scared as Scooby does sometimes.
What about Shaggy?
As the Mystery Inc. group bonded, Scooby-Doo would, with soulmate Shaggy Rogers, form perhaps the most enduring partnership since Holmes and Watson.
Like things just clicked, you know? Now, when the gang needs bait for a villain, like they send us in, it's what we do. And I'll tell you, there's no one I'd rather work with. He said that? Oh.
You think Scooby gets scared with the monsters? Try finding him when it's time to go to the vet.
Vet?
Behind the scenes of Scooby-Doo, only on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, it's Bugs and Daffy, followed by Tom and Jerry on Cartoon Network.
The real reason Cartoon Network hats are $18.
And another left at Roger Ebert's House of Pudding. Guess who?
Crispin Glover?
Nope.
Kathy Lee Gifford.
Nice wig you got there.
Does Cher know you're borrowing it?
Does Batman know you're wearing his cape? Hidey, 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 flies.
Hidey, 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 flies.
Who do you think should play me? Valerie Bertinelli?
Michelle Pfeiffer. Didn't I see this in a David Copperfield special? Another Bob Hope special? We were up all night talking to Boutros Ghali.
Why don't you just go and bother Rush Limbaugh?
You boys will be sleeping in the, Mary Poppins suite.
You'll have to sell your Don Knotts videos. Does George Hamilton know your tan's better than his?
Did they make me look like Sheena Easton?
Not as disgusting as Willard Scott in a leotard.
We're Beatrice.
The $24 Cartoon Network hat.
Look, it's Merv Griffin.
It sure ain't the cotton.
Animaniacs, tonight at 7 on Cartoon Network.
Welcome to Quest World. The desired requires peripheral caution, severely caution impaired. Thank you, air data. Thank you, Quest World. Quest World, single, welcome, thank you, appear. Exercise ethics as this, thank you, virtual, it is built. Thank not accessing Quest World. Desired data will
Weekdays at 5:30.
Welcome to Quest World.
Must replenish my strength.
Into a hot dog that one time.
I am a wiener.
You remember them, right? Ed, Edd, and Eddy, Friday at 8 on Cartoon Network. They'd love to hear from you.
The Powerpuff Girls have the critics talking. Perfect. Hip. These girls may be the role models of the new millennium.
What's the millennium, Mom?
1,000 years.
Thanks.
The Powerpuff Girls, Fridays at 9 on Cartoon Network.
Desired requires peripheral caution, severely caution impaired. Thank you, data. Thank you, Quest World. Welcome, thank you, appear.
Weekdays at 5:30.
Welcome to Quest World.
It's the coffee selection Ted gives us here. Oh, look. SpongeCake.com. Bob's carburetor page. Well, let's just see about that. Not here, Chester. No. Cornflake World.
Now there's a site worth checking out. CartoonNetwork.com.
My work is done here.
Your source for entertaining news daily.
Some say that Quick Draw McGraw's guitar was out of tune from kabanging all those bad guys on the head. I'm thinking it was because he strummed it with a hoof. Sing along with the Quick Draw McGraw's Super Chunk. Saturday at 4 on Cartoon Network.
People like me, we're targets. Every morning it's, okay, who wants to sue me today?
Verbal green lights were made. Sheriff, what we have is a breach of contract.
Breach of contract.
People who used to defend me now only want to defame me.
He had no reason. That monkey never hurt anybody.
They say fame has a price. Well, it sure ain't no blue light special.
The Super Friends, Sunday at 3, only on Cartoon Network.
Miss Keene, may we be excused to save the world? Not till you finish that spelling test. Okay. Very good.
If you're anything like millions of other people, you hate Saturday. Yes, very few people like that day. To you, Saturday is by far the dullest day of the week. No school. No work. Nothing to do at all. Why must Saturday come so many times a week? Why can't Saturday be more like Monday? Why can't Saturday just go away? At Cartoon Network, we feel your pain. That is why we provide the Saturday morning block. 2.5 hours of Cartoon Network's cartoons. 2.5 hours that will make you say, what day is it? It doesn't feel like Saturday. No, it sure doesn't. The Saturday morning block, Saturday at 10 on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, it's The Gary Coleman Show, followed by The Super Globetrotters on Cartoon Network.
Over the years, Larry's talked to almost everybody. 30,000 guests later, he's the undisputed king of talk. Larry King Live, weeknights on CNN.
Welcome to Quest World. Desired requires peripheral caution, severely caution impaired. Thank you, air data. Thank you, Quest World. Single, welcome, thank you, appear. Exercise as this, thank you, virtual, it is built.
weekdays at 5:30.
Welcome to Quest World.
There is a world inside your computer. A place where guardians protect the mainframe by battling in the games. The reward is survival. The penalty, deletion. The enemy is you. Toonami's all digital. Every weekday at 4:30.
Big X money.
Now, back to the action.
Littlefoot and his friends have faced many journeys together. With each new adventure, there have come new perils and new lessons learned.
Push Petrie towards the branches.
This Sunday, revisit Littlefoot's greatest adventures with Cartoon Network's The Land Before Time Marathon. A whole afternoon of your favorite Land Before Time movies.
Do you remember the way to the Great Valley?
Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents The Land Before Time Marathon. Sunday, starting at noon, only on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, it's Bugs and Daffy, followed by Tom and Jerry on Cartoon Network.
The Superstation brings you another Connor family moment.
This is very important. Our school's having a food drive for poor people.
Well, tell them to drive some of that food over here.
Roseanne, weekdays at 7:05 Eastern on the Superstation.
The Ranger's not gonna like this, Yogi.
Ta-da! Well,
I'm from outer space?
yes. What do you want from me?
Dragon Ball Z will be back in a flash.
Whitewater. The terrifying shape of nature at its most furious. This year's river race will separate the men from the boys. The short, insecure, balding boys. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown. Premiering Saturday at 8 on Cartoon Network.
4, 3.
POV mode. Prepare to calculate ejection. Prepare to eject. POV mode.
Get into Batman tonight at 6.
Go on, run! Quick now!
Dragon Ball Z is back on Toonami. You were watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami.
Once upon a time, way out in space.
You're so far away, nobody can really see anything, so we just gotta make this thing happen real quick.
Listen to me, you meddling fools. Do you know that the bomb... Stop! Do you hear?
Reign supreme.
We're hoping that this goes out safely. You got to fingers crossed. This is a very risky way of playing.
Get ready for the greatest story of your career.
This call not the only risky way.
Any rise in temperature might prove dangerous.
There's really no effect right now, except that people are wondering what the hell is going on.
And an operation, the stabilizer is one of the most effective yet devised.
Stay in my bag. I can't hear you.
Take heed.
Is Toonami a failed experiment destined for destruction? For the first time ever, we want to hear what you think. Here's your shot to manipulate the manual. Drop us a line at Toonami, care of Cartoon Network, 1050 Techwood Drive, Atlanta, GA 30318. Thanks in advance. That's it for Dragon Ball Z. The real adventures of Johnny Quest are coming up next.
Cartoon Network offers this forum for opinions and editorials from our cartoon stars.
Hi, I'm Zan.
And I'm Jaina.
And we're the Wonder Twins. Today we'd like to talk about what's real
and what's make-believe.
That's right, Jaina. You see, some people might watch our show and think that they too can change into a big sheet of ice.
Or a giant gorilla.
Right again, sis. The thing of it is, we're superheroes from another planet with lots of special powers that most of you Earthlings just don't have.
Wonder Twin powers,
activate!
So before you go and try to mutate into an algorithm tiger
or a giant bucket of ice water,
remember this simple phrase.
Wait a minute. How come I always change into something lame like ice? I'm always a wave or a puddle.
I don't know, Zan. This isn't the time or the place to get into this.
Well, when are we going to talk about it? What kind of superpower do I really have? I mean, when you get right down to it.
Zan, relax.
I could get beaten by a sponge. Wouldn't even have to be an evil sponge.
Just drop it, Zan.
I'm serious.
The opinions expressed in this editorial are not necessarily those of Cartoon Network or its affiliates.
How do you serve a good pork butt? High tight, high tight. I said, how do you serve a good pork butt? Left to right, left to right. Well, if you don't know what's what about a good pork butt, then take a seat and listen to me. Nothing gets me second like the backing of a breaking machine. It ain't so itty bitty, and I know it ain't so pretty or lean. But when I get a craving in my gut, I know it wants nothing but pork butts. Say what? Pork butts. That's what.
Pork butts. Get them wherever cow and chicken are shown.
You're in so deep, it'll take a backhoe and 4 jackhammers to dig you out.
The real adventures of Johnny Quest now continue on Toonami.
Let's say you tune into Cartoon Network at 6:24 in the morning. What do you think you'll see? You'll see a cartoon. And if you tune into Cartoon Network at 2:16 in the afternoon, you'll see another cartoon. At 9:37 on Monday night, you'll see a cartoon. At 3:07 on Wednesday afternoon, you'll see a cartoon. At 4:03 Sunday morning, a cartoon. At 10:23 Tuesday night, a cartoon. Thursday at midnight, a cartoon. At 5:18 on Friday afternoon, a cartoon. Cartoon, 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 cartoon. No matter when you tune into Cartoon Network, you'll see a cartoon, because that's all we play. All cartoons, all the time. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, forever and ever and ever and ever. Until the end of time. So whenever you feel like watching cartoons, you know there's only one place you can find them anytime, day or night. Come to the place that's playing cartoons when nobody else is. The world's first and only Cartoon Network.
Every weekday at 4:30, boot up and prepare for battle.
Look out!
Surrender! Toonami's all digital. Begin downloading. Every weekday at 4:30.
Big as money.
Phase 1 complete. Planet contact established.
The day has finally arrived.
Every weekday at 5.
They're here.
Initiating Phase 2.
So, we meet at last.
Toonami gives you more heroes.
The future of the planet is in your hands. May you fight with honor.
Let me show you how it's done.
Bring it on.
More villains.
You singe my fingernails.
And more power.
This whole planet's going up in smoke! You're out of line. Man, this is nuts! Sayonara! Let's see you stop this one.
Dragon Ball Z. Full on. Every weekday at 5. Only Toonami.
Buckle up, boys and girls, because here comes trouble.
Toonami will return with more Dragon Ball Z.
whitewater. The terrifying shape of nature at its most furious. This year's river race will separate the men from the boys. The short, insecure, balding boys. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, premiering Saturday at 8 on Cartoon Network.
Hey, sweetheart, today at 5:30, Toonami's back with another shot.
Welcome to Questworld. One bogey on your tail.
The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, today at 5:30 on Toonami.
Wearing a cyber helmet is not just a good idea. It's the law.
Hey guys, I really want to thank you for your help, and I promise not to let you down.
Dragon Ball Z now continues on Toonami. A wise man once said, knowledge is power. The trick is making sure it gets passed to the next generation.
I'm gonna teach you how to use that power of yours so you can help us.
How come?
When a master takes on someone who's ready to learn,
Excuse me, King Kai. I'd like to train under you if you'll accept me.
amazing things happen.
I can't believe it. Well done, Goku.
Teaching techniques vary.
Piccolo, can you help me out here, please?
There will be no help.
But if everybody works hard, it pays off.
Your preparation's been excellent. I have full confidence in you.
Right.
There's nothing like the day when a teacher can see their students succeed.
Truly, Goku is a man with unfathomable power.
The harder things got, the more determined you became. I'm proud of you.
A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
There is no hope for our planet if Goku doesn't receive King Kai's training.
That's it for Dragon Ball Z. The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest are coming up next.
And now it's time for Go Ask Cartoon Network.
Hey, Cartoon Network? Why does Wile E. Coyote keep shopping at Acme if all the products backfire or blow up on him? How can a 3-ounce bird lift a 3-ton anvil? What would happen if Bugs Bunny made the right turn in Albuquerque? How come you guys never get hurt?
A good diet.
Exercise.
Flexibility, really. Sylvester, what would you do if you ever caught Tweety?
I'd just give him back his wallet he dropped 7 years ago.
Velma, what about a glasses strap or contacts? Wonder Woman, if your invisible jet is invisible, how can you find it? Hey, where can I get some of that hair tonic? What exactly is suffering succotash?
Cartoon Network. You've got questions. That's, understandable.
Why are the Smurfs blue?
We're not. We're green. Adjust your TV.
So, you enjoy cartoons, eh?
Can't help myself. It's a sickness.
Ah, you're not sick. Well, maybe. Nah, you're a cartoon lover. And it's because of you we created the What a Cartoon Show. A half-hour chock full of new cartoons. I'm talking 3 originals in every episode. So, whenever you got a hankering for the latest and greatest in new cartoons, remember, you're not sick. And tune in to the What a Cartoon Show. Tonight at 8 on Cartoon Network.
Get ready for the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. You are watching the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest on Toonami.
Desired requires peripheral caution, severely caution impaired. Impaired data. Questworld. Welcome to here.
Weekdays at 5:30.
Welcome to Questworld.
Check it out. It's CartoonNetwork.com. CartoonNetwork.com. The internet, cartoon.
Now, back to the action.
The real reason Cartoon Network hats are $18.
Didn't I see this in a David Copperfield special? Hidey, flies.
Hidey.
Does Batman know you're wearing his cape?
Why don't you just go and bother Rush Limbaugh?
Did they make me look like Sheena Easton?
Not as disgusting as Willard Scott in a leotard.
We're Beatrice.
The $24 Cartoon Network hat.
Look, it's Merv Griffin.
It sure ain't the cotton.
Animaniacs, tonight at 7 on Cartoon Network.
Get ready for a power trip.
The future of the planet is in your hands.
Man, this is not
Allow Goku to seek training from King Kai himself.
You won't escape!
Don't panic. Dragon Ball Z will be right back.
When two camps turn against each other, there's no time for s'mores. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, premiering Saturday at 8 on Cartoon Network.
4, 3.
Prepare to fire. Loading mode. Zulu.
Get into Batman, tonight at 6.
Okay. Oh, gosh, I'm just so nervous.
What's Cow really like?
Oh, Cal is a sweetheart. She's large, kind, and very smart.
And independent. Don't forget that, Mom.
Oh, yes, she's that, too.
What does her milk taste like?
It, tastes just like chicken.
How do you know?
Cow and Chicken, tonight at 8:30, only on Cartoon Network.
Here, try a glass.
I said no.
Come on.
Huh? Ah!
And now, back to Dragon Ball Z on Toonami.
My name is Raccoon. It rhymes with doom, and you'll be hurting all too soon.
You are watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami. The Quest household isn't run-of-the-mill.
I'll be in my laboratory if anybody needs me.
Dr. Quest research is important. The Feds figured someone should be around to solve any problems that arise. Enter Race Bannon.
Heads up, ugly!
Trained to be an international secret agent, these days he uses his skills a little different.
I've got everything under control.
Don't get me wrong, Race is a man of mystery, but now he fills a few roles in the Quest compound.
I've engaged the EMP countermeasures, and I'm giving this baby all she's got.
His real area of expertise is public relations.
Race is an excellent bodyguard.
Get out!
Bitten might run the science, but Race runs the show.
You can have it.
That's not your real name?
Nope. It's Roger.
Roger?
Let's move.
That's it for Dragon Ball Z. The real adventures of Johnny Quest are coming up next.
Littlefoot and his friends have faced many journeys together. With each new adventure, there have come new perils and new lessons learned.
Push Victory towards the branches.
This Sunday, revisit Littlefoot's greatest adventures with Cartoon Network's The Land Before Time Marathon. A whole afternoon of your favorite Land Before Time movies.
Do you remember the way to the Great Valley?
Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents The Land Before Time Marathon. Sunday, starting at noon, only on Cartoon Network.
Ah, a big block of stinky cheese. Stop sniffing, you cannot smell it. Only one other block compares. The Saturday morning block on Cartoon Network.
Over 2 hours of cartoons. It is the cheese's only competition.
The Saturday Morning Block, Saturday at 10 on Cartoon Network.
But the cheese, truly she is the winner.
The real adventures of Johnny Quest now continue on Toonami.
I saw an opening that seemed to scream out attack.
Toonami will return with more Dragon Ball Z.
When two camps turn against each other, there's no time for s'mores. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, premiering Saturday at 8 on Cartoon Network.
Remember all the stuff you and your chums used to build in the backyard? That rickety old clubhouse? Or the car wash you built to bathe your stinky friend in? Or the lie detector you made out of a toaster and some rope? Or the rocket you sent Eddie into orbit in, and he would have crashed if it weren't for that parachute? Ed, and Eddie, tonight at 8 on Cartoon Network. You remember the clubhouse, at least.
Is Chicken angry?
Well, sometimes Chicken may lose his cool, but let's be fair. He's often under some unusual stresses.
How would you feel if you were working in a chicken factory?
Or if you were stopped by the orthodontic police.
You'd probably be a bit peeved yourself, young man.
I guess I never thought of it that way.
Obviously not.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, dear. You're just doing your job.
Cow and Chicken, tonight at 8:30, only on Cartoon Network.
I wish you were my mom.
Oh, how sweet.
There's something you have to learn about sales. They're not fair!
Toonami now continues with Dragon Ball Z.
Wow, there's enough energy bouncing around out there to light up the whole country.
Mike, we're having trouble holding a signal here.
You are watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami. Toonami's been light on the sports games so far. Hadn't found one with the right feel. Recently, we came across Hot Shots Golf for the PlayStation. Not your typical plaid pants, button-down shirt kind of golf game.
Nice shot.
It's the little things that make this one good. You have 10 different players to tee it up with, 6 different links, but you have to earn them. You start with 2 players and win new ones in one-on-one match play. You also have to earn tour points in order to qualify for the harder courses. Toonami gives Hot Shots Golf 5 out of 5. It's an honest day's play for an honest day's work. That's it for Dragon Ball Z. The real adventures of Johnny Quest are coming up next.
It's that go-go guy and those get-lost girls. Yes, it's Johnny Bravo, like you've never seen him before. He's falling in and out of love faster than you can say.
Oh, mama. Hey, Barbarella, want to do the monkey with me? Hey there, foxy lady. That's a fine-looking weenie dog you got there.
All this and more women. All this and more swinging. All this and a bag of chips. Johnny Bravo, tonight at 9:30 on Cartoon Network.
When two camps turn against each other, there's no time for s'mores. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, premiering Saturday at 8 on Cartoon Network.
To properly raise your pup named Scooby-Doo, it's very important to stick to a schedule. For feeding, for playing, for sleeping. And hey, do not alarm, frighten, or otherwise scare your pup named Scooby-Doo. You follow these simple guidelines, and your pup named Scooby-Doo will grow up to be, well, a canine super sleuth. Saturday at 3 and 3:30, only on Cartoon Network.
Saturday at 12:30 on Cartoon Network. Miss Keene, may we be excused to save the world? Not till you finish that spelling test. Okay. Very good.